Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. I'm so excited to show you guys this brand product and everything like that. As you can see, I have finished my face, but stick around because I'm going to show you guys how the Anisa Beauty brushes perform. So whatever reason, I got really intrigued by it. I just had to try it out, and you guys, I'm not gonna say anything else, but you guys need to keep on watching to see what I mean, because I'm looking at myself in the mirror going, I've also tried out a new primer as well. So you guys will see how it performs throughout the day. This video mainly focuses on the brushes, but since I was trying out a new primer, I figured might as well incorporate it. So before we get started with today's video, I highly suggest you hit that subscribe button. It will help me greatly. Don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified when I do upload a new video, and don't forget to give this a thumbs up if you love the end result or the demonstrations that I will eventually show later on. And don't forget to follow me on my Instagram handle, and let's get started with the video. Okay, so as you guys can see, which I hope you could, I have my eyeliner on, I have my mascara on, and right now I need to put on a primer. So for me, I'm going in with the Giorgio Armani. I'm going to go with the perimeter of my face, and then on the side of my face we're going to be using something else. I'm going to be trying this out for the first time as well, but this is not what the video is about. It's just the application and everything. So Giorgio Armani for the rest of the perimeter of my face, and we're going to go with Catrice Poreless Blur Primer Goodbye Pores. So we're going to go with that for the center where my T-zone is. So I'm going to go with the all over care brush. So this retails for $28. So this is a domed brush. I hope you guys can see that right there. Yeah, so it's a dome brush. It's very fluffy, but at the same time it's kind of dense at the base as well. So this is great for gels, moisturizers, serums. It's specifically designed to blend all over, so hopefully it does that. Now, normally I would dispense this, rub it between my fingers, and then just put it on. But of course, for this video, we are going to hopefully, you know, have this blended out or applied evenly, sorry. So I put this much right now. Hopefully that is enough. And I'm just gonna go in and apply this around the perimeter of my face. I probably would just need a little bit more product because the bristles are probably absorbing it a little bit. But first impressions, it's like, I feel like it's applying quite evenly actually, because obviously a brush is designed to apply products evenly. So just based on how it feels, not bad. The bristles feel very soft. So now I'm gonna go in with the Catrice Goodbye Pores with the Detail Treatment Brush. Now this has a silicone center in there. If you guys can see it, hopefully, yes. So it has that in there to help dispense the product properly. So I don't know if the detailed brush is the greatest to use. Maybe I got the wrong one, I don't know, but we shall see. So this does retail for $22, and it's very round and flat. It's very round and flat at the top right there. And another thing I like about these skincare brushes is that because it's flat at the bottom here, I hope you guys can see, you can hold it on very comfortably. I really like that. So I don't know how much I should dispense. I put that much on. So this is supposed to be great with creams, oils, and everything. So hopefully I put an even amount. So just blurring out my pores right there. This brush is very interesting to me, especially with the silicone in center, and I think I need a bit more. So I'm just gonna put it in the middle there and see if that works any better, because I feel like if I put it in the center, then it would distribute the product a little bit better than just me putting it at the back of my hand and applying it. So I need a mirror just to get a closer look. So the pores look really blurred out. It doesn't feel tacky or anything. Like, like normal, or I wouldn't say normal, but like usual pore filling blurring products. It doesn't feel like that. How it's gonna wear, we shall see. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, and I'm gonna mix a bit of the Synchro Skin Foundation because one's too dark, a little too dark for me, and one's a tad too light for me. So I'm gonna mix the two. So I am going with the Pinnacle foundation brush, and as you can see, it is in the shape of a triangle. So it does feel dense at the base, but the top is very, very fluffy. And the handle, I will say, feels very comfortable because you would hold the brush like this, you normally, and just go, right? So I'm very excited to try this out because again, with the shape of the triangle, you can get through the crevices and everywhere else. So excited for that. This also does retail for $30. And by the way, I forgot if I ever mentioned it or not, but all the prices that I'm giving, they are in US dollars. So if you're Canadian, I think it should be about like, for this one, I think it's like 35 to 40 bucks, something like that with the conversion. But you can find a code floating around somewhere if you want a discount. And I'm pretty sure some influencers out there have some codes as well. Okay, so buffing out down my neck, it looks pretty good so far. Very airbrush, flawless, but that's just the neck. We shall see with the face. So this perfectly pairs with like creams and liquids, using blush, bronzer, foundation, and tinted moisturizer. I must say, first off, it's buffing out very, very nicely. Where is my mirror? Let's get a closer look. Like, do you guys see that? It's blurring out so nicely. And just making a comment, like it goes down the forehead really nicely. Right in the crevices of the nose, I can go up, right in there, and then bring it up. So that's really, really nice. In terms of that primer, just so you guys know, it's not clinging on to the foundation, which is really good. Because I know sometimes the more silicone-y primers, the foundation can kind of cling to one spot over the other, but it's doing a great job. Everything is blurred out, everything is blended really nicely actually. I'm quite impressed by that. Of course, we'll see the action later. I think I'm going to Korean or Japanese barbecue later. So we'll see how it wears, obviously. I like this, guys. It blended out so nicely, so smoothly. It buffed it out. I look airbrush. And like I said, with the primer, it blurred and giving it a soft look to it. It's pretty good. Like I have my other brushes as well. They're also like domed, very dense, and it usually distributes the product very nicely as well. But these ones look really nice. What do you guys think? I think I look very airbrushed right now. And I'm really loving the primer, but we shall see how it wears throughout the day, like I said. Okay, so next up, we are going to conceal, and I do have the concealer brush. So normally, as you guys know, I like to let this sit for a little bit before I start to blend it. So right now I'm gonna contour my face, and I'm gonna use the buffing brush right here. I'm gonna use the buffer to see how good it is to buff one, and I'm gonna use the crescent to see how it is when I put on the bronzer. Or maybe I should do one. This should be the contour side, and this should be the buffing side for the cream bronzer. You know what? Let's do that. So the buffing bronzer brush retails for $34, and it is a buffing brush, of course. It's very dense, very, very dense. It still has some movement up here. It's not too fluffy, but it's fluffy enough for it to kind of like move the product and everything. So it's supposed to be great for powders, creams, and of course buffing your contour. So just gonna buff the jawline, and now we're gonna see how it buffs the contour. So just so you guys know, I'm using the Westman Atelier contour in the shade Truffle. They finally got a new shade, guys. Like about time, right? I mean, it's blending very nicely. So I'm not gonna talk for this one because I need to concentrate to get that sunken look. It's pretty bomb. Do you guys see that contour? You guys must have seen it. Like, holy cannoli. That's pretty bomb. Like it's really like snatched right there. Okay, so I know I said I was gonna go in with the cream bronzer, but I'm kind of curious how the Crescent Moon one would perform, like if it was still blend out, or if it will contour just a little bit more than this side, because that's pretty buffed in. So the Crescent contour brush also retails for $34, and as the name suggests, it has a crescent moon shape to it. So I feel like they have the same amount of density, especially even the fluffy part of it as well. So they're pretty much the same. Of course, the shape is different, as you can so tell. I feel like this more can contour around the cheekbones to give it a more natural appearance. Like I feel like you can use this for, actually I should do this first. I feel like you still use this for like blush and all that stuff, because the website says that you can. But I feel like it's more, it's best for like contouring instead, in my opinion. So let's see, we're gonna buff this part. Just like right off the bat, like using it, I feel like if I was to use this, I wouldn't buff my forehead with it. I would use the other one, because again, this is kind of catered towards like hugging underneath the cheekbone, right? As opposed to doing like the forehead and everything. I mean, you still can. You don't need to get both of them, but I'm just saying from like my point of view. All right, so let's see. So right off the bat, it definitely does hug the cheekbone a lot more. I don't know if you guys can tell a difference. Oh, yes, you can. Like this curves in and this one just goes straight down. So in my opinion, depending on how you want your makeup to look that day, if you want to look more like natural, to have like a more sunken in type of look, or you want to go for like glam. So two different brushes, does the exact same thing for buffing, but one obviously curves more than the other, because this makes my face look more elongated, while this one hugs around my cheek. But for today's look, I want more elongated look, so we're just gonna fix that a little bit. Okay, so next I'm going to obviously blend this out, and I'm going to be going with the angled concealer brush. So as you guys can see, it's definitely angled. Same amount of density. I think this is the recurring theme for this. Like it's very dense at the base, but then kind of fluffy enough to like blend out everything, which is definitely showing that it's making a nice appearance to like my makeup right now. No complaints about it so far. So obviously with the angled part of it, it's supposed to be easier when blending out the concealer, obviously. And this does retail for $28, so not bad. And they all have, and all the makeup brushes have like the same handle right here, where it's easy just to like rest your hand, or rest your finger, sorry, and just blend it all out. And I normally go in with a different brush for this, so I just wanted to see how it is when it comes to nose highlighting. And so far, no complaints. So I'm gonna go in with Nadia Ngo, just blend that a little bit. Blending out my nose highlight. Pretty bomb still. Like, I hope you guys can see that. It's very seamless. Alright, so we're gonna go back to this in a sec. I am just going to, what am I doing? I need to contour my nose. That's what I need to do. I'm gonna grab my angled brushes. If you guys haven't seen my updated nose contour video already, where have you guys been? So I'm just gonna do that. As that is happening, I'm going to bronze up my face a little. And I'm going in with the Crescent Moon one, but I'm not gonna go and hug too much. I'm just gonna go a little bit, just to give it kind of more of a natural shadow. So just going with my Chanel bronzer. Just a bit. I feel like with the contour, it might have been a little bit too harsh. So with this, with a like more natural bronzer, I think it would work best. Okay, so now I'm just gonna blend out my nose contour, and I will be right back. Okay, so going in with my Kosas concealer again, I'm gonna apply this in the inner corners right here, and just a little bit out there so we can get that lifted look. Alright, so in the meantime, while this is setting again, I'm gonna go in with my Chanel powder, wherever it is. So I'm gonna do that. By the way, you guys, I feel like my makeup looks bomb right now. I just want to go outside. Hopefully there's, you know, it's not too packed out there on the patios. Because I don't know if, for those of you who don't live in Toronto or Ontario in general, we just opened up like patio season and all that stuff, and because majority of people are vaccinated now, so that's why that is happening. I know we're like the last city or province or wherever to even be up and running, but here we are. So it's very exciting, and I'm pretty sure everyone, including myself, is going to take advantage over the whole patio season, because like we've been, you know, just waiting and waiting for so long, and we just, and like other places, they're just opening like nothing. I'm gonna scoot you guys in a little bit just so you can see the fuller effect of this blending right here. Okay, so I hope you guys have a better look at like what's going on here. So I'm gonna blend out this side, and I'm gonna bring in a little mirrors just so I have a closer look on what's going on. So as you guys can see, this is like perfect for right underneath the eyes and how it's shaped, and because it's angled, you can kind of like turn it and like have that lifted look as well. Bring it down, blend it towards the nose, because of course we want it to look natural, or as Scott Barnes says, natural. And I hope you guys can see this effect right now. It is gorgeous. Holy cannoli, I am not using any other brushes anymore. Like, this is insane. Like I said, you could just go here, and then as you're going up, give it that lifted look. And I do apologize, my phone's going off. People are like messaging me, asking me what the heck is going on, and yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna go do the other side right now. I gotta flip my mirror upside down because it's like awkward looking. So just buff it and buff it upwards, and then bring that down. If I'm blocking the way a little bit, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that, because it's kind of hard to look in the mirror and blend and then look at the monitor and blend. But as you can see, it's flipping gorgeous. Excuse my enthusiasm a little bit, but like, oh man, like that is bomb.com. I know that was a little bit lame, I do apologize. So I'm gonna go in with a second concealer, as I normally do, just to like even out the brightness and my natural skin color. So I'm gonna skip this part right here, only because it doesn't involve any of the brushes. So I'm gonna blend it out with my sponge, and then I'm gonna set my under eyes with my usual powders. I'm going with a Morphe powder brush for under my eyes. But the moment when I set the rest of my face, I will show you guys the powder brush that I got. So stick around. Okay, so right now we're going in with the multi powder brush. As you can see, there is an angle to it, so you can't really like turn it this way to apply the powder. It would have to be this way. So I'm going to go in with the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder just to give a little glow to my face. So this does retail for $32, and I'm picking up a bit of this product because I don't know how it's going to distribute. So yes, it retails for $32. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel that this helps press into the skin a little bit better than just like your typical like powder brushes, because most of the time they have like the dome shape, right? But I feel like with those, they don't really like push it into the skin too much. This, because it is angled, that you have that control where you just press it right into the skin. I feel that the powder is applying a lot better, but that's just my thoughts on it right now. Like, because like for example, the angle part of it, I can like go right here, set some of that powder up there, and of course if I want to use the all over, I could go all over, but this section of this brush where I can just like maneuver it anywhere that I would want it to. I mean, my face looks really flawless right now. So I am just gonna finish up the rest of my face. I'll show you guys the finished look, and I'll take you with me later on the day just to show you guys how the primer is holding up, because I'm going for, like I said, Japanese barbecue, and it's gonna be hot in there. So I will see you guys in a bit. I absolutely love these brushes. Like, even doing a close-up look at me, it's just like, it's so flawless. It blends in so nicely, went to the crevices, and you guys saw like the buffing and everything. It's just gorgeous. And I forgot to mention the lip that I'm using right now. Hold on, I have it in my purse because I have to leave for the day right now. I showed this on my Instagram story. This is the Kosas lip oil. It was like in a set. It's like a mini set, and this is in the shade Unhooked. This really nice, really natural, gives like just amount of like tint and color just to tie in the whole look. And I just love today, guys. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the makeup and how it just, everything just tied in together. I was like, ugh. Okay, so it is now 7:30. I had this on for about 6 hours now, and just to get a closer look on the T-zone, it still looks pretty blurred. Like, there's a nice like soft like blur and soft focus to it. Like, it's not too matte. It's not selling to like my smile lines, which is great, but you guys could definitely see that there's some wear to it. Like, for 6 hours in, nothing has budged. It's still pretty good. Pores are still blurred. I mean, for 6 hours, it's pretty darn good. And just to acknowledge the rest of my makeup, like, it is so nice and buffed in and blurred. Like, like, look at this. Look, it's so nice. I know this is a weird zoom, but right now, but like, just to see, it's nice and blurred. Everything's seamless. I really like this. I'm probably not gonna do another check-in because I'm trying to find a place to eat right now. But if I do, of course, I'll show it to you guys. If not, then that'll be it for this check-in. But you guys can see it looks pretty darn bomb, right? Like, yeah. Okay, you guys, so I actually wasn't planning on doing a follow-up check-in from like my previous check-in, but I wanted to let you guys know, oh my gosh, like, so first of all, where's my phone? So right now it is 10:30. I've had this on for almost 10 hours now. First off, I just want to say that my T-zone, it looks good. Like, it's I don't know what to say. Like, it just looks so good. And obviously right now we're in July, we're basically in the middle of summer, right? So it's hot, it's sweaty, I don't want to say humid, but it's hot and sweaty, okay? And temperature is warm. It looks like I've only worn this for a few hours, when in fact it's almost been 10 hours, you guys. Like, my pores are blurred out. Nothing has been settled to my fine lines, really. You can definitely see a bit of wear, but for a 10-hour day and for a drugstore to look this good, like, guys, my forehead looks smooth. It still looks matte. Like, I don't know what it is, but my forehead still looks matte. I still use the same setting powder. I still use my translucent powder. Like, nothing's changed there. I have no words. Like, I really do love this. I wish that this could have been a dedicated video just for the primer, but I know it isn't, and I chose such a bad time to really like showcase this primer. Just so you guys know, in conjunction with the primer, I've also used the long-lasting multi-talent fixing spray. I use this as a setting spray as well, and those two together, it definitely lasted a long time. Like, again, 10 hours, nothing has budged. So I personally think I found a new primer for my T-zone and a new setting spray. If I did get it from Shoppers Drug Mart, and I don't remember the number exactly, but it's like around that range. It's like between like $11 to like $14 or something like that. And of course there are days where, 20% off, sale, and so forth, right? So you can get it for a lot cheaper. So right now I'm gonna stick to Giorgio Armani for the primer on my face, and that primer, because clearly you guys, like, I'm just gonna go right in there. You can definitely see that I am not that shiny, I'm not that oily, my pores are blurred out, my like look at this. So yeah, like if you guys are looking for a new drugstore primer, definitely get the Catrice one, because other than that, I do want to say that besides the primer, I feel like the rest of my face it looks a little different as well. Not only with the T-zone, of course, but in top of like the perimeter of my face as well. So normally when I put on my primer and all that stuff, usually throughout the day that it has obviously worn and everything like that, but I feel that this time it's different. I don't know if you guys could tell, but of course seeing myself for about almost 10 hours throughout the day and doing check-ins and making sure if anything's moved, budged, in combination trying it with a new primer, I see that it looks more flawless. Like using a brush to apply my primer and obviously the T-zone as well, I believe that makes such a big difference. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go get this brush specifically. Use whatever brush that works out for you, but that brush definitely applied everything evenly for sure. Like there was nothing clinging on when I used the foundation brush as well to like buff it in. In terms of the contour, like you guys see, it still looks pretty bomb. I really approve of these brushes, and if you guys could find a discount code somewhere, I'm pretty sure it's floating around somewhere, do get it. Like don't wait on this, it looks like amazing. And as for Catrice, it's drugstore, it's inexpensive, so if you do find it, definitely do try. Like everything in like all together, just today was a good makeup day. It's such a shame that I have to take it off because like it's almost 11 o'clock right now. So anyways, you guys, thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I definitely enjoyed it. I don't know how many times I have to say this. If you guys really like the results of this, definitely do check those out once again. But anyways, again, thank you for watching today's video, and before you leave, make sure you check out these other 2 videos right here if you haven't done so already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!